Hey, fellow traders, Black Coffee Trader coming to you this afternoon. It is Halloween day, Tuesday afternoon, and today was a better day, which is great. Slightly into the green today, which is good. I want to go over a couple of my trades. I did take an early morning trade, a couple early morning trades. It was up maybe a few bucks, wasn't anything to speak of. And then I caught a pretty good move here around noon. We had a nice little push up off this 14,370 area. And I really saw this move unfolding, and again didn't jump on the trigger right away like I should have. And I entered here right around this 14,830 or 380 mark and caught a little bit of a win. And here what happened again with my ATM strategy. Let me just look at this. I was actually trading this one for the most part. I've got a 25 tick stop loss and a 15 tick profit and a 100 tick profit, and that the runner I can play with whatever. And then here I'm after my first or my second profit target goes to a 25 tick profit, then we jump the stop loss up to a 4 plus, so 4 ticks positive, which is 20 bucks. But what happens oftentimes, and I'm just okay with it. I have to be like in this specific trade. I reached my first profit target and the trade was running up. My stop loss jumped up to a +4 and then I got stopped out. So it didn't take a loss. I caught a win. But then I jumped back into this trade again up here around the 14,400 mark or just under there. And I did catch a really nice trade here. In hindsight, looking at the big red box here, the entry point really should have been down here in this 375 area, and then just ran that trade all the way up like I did, which was my intention. I just got stopped out, and I don't know. Maybe I should just increase that stop loss, but or adjust the ATM strategy. But this seems to be working, and so I think I'll just run with it for the time being. I was actually gone for a good part of the noon hour, so I missed all of this. And then here, I actually caught a bunch of winners shorting this top off the 14,490 area. And again, I would catch a win and I'd get stopped out. I'd get stopped out as my stop loss moved up. And then this is really interesting to me and worth pointing out. Down here we have these red spots. If you're this is the first time you're watching my channel, the green horizontal line is an entry point, and a red box means we had a winning trade. Or I mean, a green box means we had a winning trade. A red box means we got stopped out for a loss. A red means a loss, a green means a win. So here at the bottom of this range, I was still buying or still selling short, and I got stopped out twice. And this is really kind of interesting and important for me to note for myself. My best setups are like this trade, which was the best trade of the day for me. This type of a setup where I'm entering right off this 21 EMA, and here I took a really nice long. I think this was a $500 and some trade for me, and just really caught this move and took profit right at the top, which was really great. Now, looking back, look at these trades. These trades here I took at the bottom. I was way off this 21 EMA. And again, I'm pushing this week because I've got several accounts that I really need to get past. Let me just, right here's my P&L for today. So these top 108, 109, 110, 113, 16, 17, 18, 19, down to 19, those I have to pass this week or those accounts will reset. So I'm going to push really hard. I might blow them. I might not get any of them passed. I'm not sure. Had a really good day on these four, almost up 800 a piece. Just barely had some profit on 120 and 121. And we did have a couple of losses up here, $600 losses on the 8, 9, and 10 accounts. And then my 150 account, I'll be surprised if I keep that thing through tomorrow. We're down 146.4. We're down about $3,500. So we've got barely $1,000 left in drawdown, so we'll see what happens. But the focal point really for me would be to try to get this 117 is at basically 50 grand, 116 is almost at 50, and then 109 is relatively close. But I got several accounts that are close, and hopefully we can get those passed this week. So again, I'll rabbit trail here a little bit, but getting onto the trade. So this was the best one of the day, and then here at the afternoon, I was just trying to short, and I caught some wins. I caught a really nice trade here off this 487 area. Caught a nice short here towards the end of the day, which was a really good trade. And again, this was really close to this 21 EMA. Watched this trade unfold. I was actually in a timeout because of a loss here. I had a big loss here. I was just sure this thing was going to keep dropping based on the price action, and I was just wrong. So I was in a kind of a timeout because of GAT, and then finally was able to jump into this trade here and caught this short for a nice little win. So looking at the day, I had a good trade up here at the top, and a nice long trade up here. Had this nice trade, had this trade, and then really had a pretty good trade here in the morning, but that was about it. So it wasn't just for me, the way I like to trade, wasn't a lot, anything really big for today. And I think just again, this week, I'm going to be pushing it really, really hard, and I'm taking some trades I normally wouldn't trade, and I probably shouldn't do that. Kind of in hindsight, looking at this day, if I would have just waited and jumped into a trade like this with maybe a couple contracts and played bigger size, I maybe have gotten the same amount of profit and maybe kept these out of a loss. I don't know. Hindsight's always 20/20. But anyway, I keep documenting this, and it allows me to go back and watch. And again, it just makes me track what I'm doing. I want to take a look and show you TradeZella, which is what I'm using to track my trades. And here you can see on all the accounts we're down $9,600. We had a pretty good week last week. We had 4 green days and had a slight red day on Friday, but overall had a pretty solid week last week. And then yesterday was just a really, really bad day. The worst day I've had in the last, almost 20 days, it looks like. 15 days, whatever it is. So that's a big hole to climb out of. But again, I've got to get these accounts passed before Friday. And so we're going to push pretty hard, and we'll see what happens. But bought a couple extra evals, and we'll see if we can get these passed. And if not, we're going to take advantage of this Apex 90% off sale, which is good through next week, November the 7th. So if you're watching this and thinking about buying some Apex accounts, please use my code or use somebody's code and get that 90% sale. So, all right, that wraps it up for today. We'll be back at it at some point tomorrow, and hopefully we can have another green day. Take care, trade well, and we'll catch you on the flip side.